Mad Yogi Eileen, welcoming you back to our workshop room. So today, what we're going to workshop is the Utthitta Hasta Padangusthasana, or the extended hand to foot pose. Yeah, this pose. Now, this pose, as you've seen, is a balancing pose, and it is actually a series of poses. They can be quite challenging and strong, especially if you are trying to do the traditional Ashtanga versions of these series of poses. But as we are Mad Yogi, we are going to go through several modifications that will make the poses more accessible to basically whatever you need, yeah? And with balancing poses as well, there are days when our balance is quite good and strong, and it's effortless for us to come into balancing poses. Like this, like today, my balance is working with me, but there are days when it's just not there. However, we psych ourselves up, however we heat the body up, however tightly and strongly we hug and lift, which we do need to do anyway. But there are days when the balance is just off, yeah? So it's not about the lack of strength or the lack of flexibility. It's a day-to-day, moment-to-moment thing as well with balancing poses, is what I'm trying to say. So grab for yourself, to help us, grab for yourself a yoga strap. Barring the availability of a yoga strap, you are also welcome to grab anything that's non-stretchy, maybe a large scarf or bandana, maybe an old tie as well will also help, as long as it's not stretchy, yeah, because we don't want the transfer. I will just quickly show you. We are going to go through this as well, but I will just quickly show you. If my strap or bandana here is stretchy, when I lengthen up, it's just going to stretch out, and it's not really helping my muscles, because all of that lengthening and strengthening goes from our muscles into the stretchiness of the strap, yeah? That's why we want something that's non-stretchy. Secure for yourself as well a stool, or maybe a chair that's light enough that you can maneuver and position as you need to, but not so light that it can carry your body weight or your shift in body weight. Yeah, we don't want to be falling out of our poses. Barring all those, you are also welcome to lean on your windowsill or on a wall that's next to you, yeah? That's also a very good and valid alternative. So position yourself, gather your equipment, and I will see you back in a few seconds. Now, extended hand to foot pose, as I said, is a strong balancing pose, yeah? Roll your shoulders first and march your knees up just to limber up the hips, and we will try to do the full poses first. You are welcome to come with me and try your balance, yeah? Try your balance, and then we will go through our modifications. Now, extended hand to foot pose. Free hand on your hip. If you're mirroring me, just go with it. But if you want to do your rights and your own lefts, my right hand is going to hold on to my right foot. The left hand, the free hand, is on my hip, yeah? So curl up your right leg, hand to foot, allow your body to curve here. Yeah, it will necessarily happen to get your foot, yeah, to hold on to your foot. From here, wave up. Push through your standing leg, lengthen up, whoops, wobbly. Lengthen up and then extend your leg. Good. Dorsal flex the ankle first, and then plantar flex the ankle and flick the toes. Once your lifted limbs are in position, reset that hug and lift. And breathe. Again, it's quite a strong pose. This is the first version of this pose. Again, like I said, it's a series of 4 actually. From here, open up that leg out to the side. Breathing. Back to center. Swap over your hands. Left hand on your foot, on the blade side of the foot actually. And I will just turn this way. I will turn this way. So hand on the blade side of the foot, and you're extending it towards the front. Your free arm waves to the back, and you are looking towards the back. So many things happening here. Breathe. And release. The last version of the pose is, yes, I'll do it obliquely again. Coming back to the front, both feet, hands on your foot, and you're bringing that leg as close to you as you can, yeah? There is also a version of that pose where you are pistol gripping your big toe and doing it this way. And again, it's a very strong balancing pose. Whew. Catch your breath. Now, for days where balance is really wonky, I'll start with a stool, yeah? With a stool prop. You are also welcome to sit on your stool. I'm doing my left. Curl up your leg, hold on to your foot, and extend. Now, I'm not fully extending here. I'm keeping my knee bent, and this is okay. Again, once you're in the pose, hug and lift. Lengthen up. So you're not crunching this way, yeah? It's hard to breathe. Lengthen up. Open your neck. Your free hand can be holding onto your stool. I will quickly shift. Your free hand holds on to the stool or on your hip, wherever you want it to be. And then, once again, that leg out to the side. I'll do it obliquely. However, you can bring it out to the side. Yeah? We will do the articulation of the hips in a bit. And back to center. From here, swap over your hands. Your free hand now, the left hand, can hold on to the stool, and you're twisting. And just to show you how that looks on the closed belly twist side, it's this way, yeah? This free foot, in this case my right foot, is on the flats of my toes, or you can also bring it flat, yeah? For more security. And then the last pose, or Lisa pose, hold on to your foot, and then just lengthen up here. And this is good. Now with this stool version or seated version of the pose, you can keep your knee bent, or you can also extend and lengthen up here, yeah? The thing that this stool eliminates, at the risk of stating the obvious, is that element of balance. But the articulation of the lifted leg and the torso, the trunk of the body is still the same. You're still hugging and lifting, and you're still lengthening and strengthening this moving leg. Now for the articulation, when we lengthen out that lifted leg and we bring it out to the side, whether you're standing, you're seated, or standing with props, we don't just bring that leg out. Yeah, we don't just pull it out. What we want to be feeling is still that external rotation in the hip that's moving. Yeah. So I'm doing my left and I'm doing the full pose. Again, don't think about just bringing this leg out to the side. Think about externally rotating this left hip, and that's what will bring it safely out to the side. Once your leg is there, add the activation of your upper back, lengthening up, and squeeze your upper traps, your trapezius. Yeah? That will open up the chest and bring that leg out further, in fact. Yeah? And it also helps with stabilizing the back line of the body. Now let's go to the standing versions with our straps. I will try this leaning on the wall. Yeah? If you don't have a stool or a chair, or you want to try this standing, but balance is wonky, lean on a wall. Yeah? Again, we are paring back the usage of our concentration from concentrating on both balancing the body and articulating the limbs to paring back the balancing aspect and concentrating on the movement of the muscles and the joints. Yeah? So I am leaning on my wall. I'm doing my left this time. So you can do it with me if you want. Bend your left leg, curl it up, bring your strap, or your makeshift strap on the balls of your foot. Yeah, hold on to it tightly. You can hold on to it with both hands or shift it to just one hand. Your free hand can come on the windowsill or pressing on the wall if you don't have a windowsill next to, and you can do it this way. Yeah, and extend your leg. Again, you have an option to keep it bent as I'm showing you, or to lengthen it up to you, and then hug and lift. With the use of a strap though, your hand and your arm might feel very, very heavy, as if it's holding on to the entire weight of your leg. So don't let that happen, or try not to let that happen. What we want is you're still squeezing that leg up and you're transferring the weight, that carrying of the weight from your arm and your leg to your back. So lengthen out and strengthen the back line of the body. And you're also welcome to come to the other poses here, and even the revolved version. If you are leaning on a wall or on a windowsill and you're doing the revolved version, just making sure I have a grab on my foot. Yeah? Still twist from the base of the spine up. So still from the hips, navel, sternum, nose. And this is your pose. My free hand, my left hand now, is holding on to the windowsill, and I'm just looking at my beautiful roses here at the back and coming back to center. And if you want that last pose, bend your knee, lengthen up, and pull that leg closer to your face. So you're welcome to use a makeshift strap, like I said, or a proper yoga strap. Yeah? Let's try to do that pose off the wall. And I'll do it sideways. So curl up your right leg, bring your strap around your foot, lengthen up, lengthen that leg, remain with your knee bent, or if you want to, lengthen that leg. Dorside flex the ankle, plantar flex the ankle, but hold on to your straps and flip the toes and lengthen up here. Hug and lift. Again, both hands on the ends of your strap. This does distribute the weight of your limb and helps with that balance because you'll feel more even. And for that side opening, both ends of the strap in your hand, free hand now on your hip, externally rotate that lifted hip, squeeze your back line, and come into the... I just realized you couldn't see anything because I was side on. So, from here, external rotation in your right hip or in that lifted hip, hug and lift, squeeze your back line muscles, and you're in this pose. Yeah? Try not to, if you saw that, here I'm hyperextending my knee. This one has a micro bend, yeah? Always give your knees a micro bend, never lock them. It's a very strong temptation to lock the knees. I'll show you this way. To lock the knees that way, yeah? In balancing poses, never do that. Yeah, bend your knees. Because our joints act as shock absorbers, yeah? If you've ever seen how shock absorbers work, they're springs, they're coiled, and they absorb the shock of whatever is on top of them. So our joints act the same way. If we lock them, there's none of that give, yeah, and that's very bad for our joints. So always give them a micro bend. Now, what else do I want to show you? Oh, I want to show you as well a version of the pose. What if you don't have a stool or a light enough chair that will hold your body weight but not make you topple over? You don't have a yoga strap and you don't have anything that can function as a yoga strap. Your mat is too far from a wall or a windowsill. Maybe your device or your TV, if you're watching this on your big television, is too far from a wall, and none of those are accessible to you, yeah? What if that's the situation? What are we gonna do? We are going to shift from the extended hand to foot pose to what I call my Balinese dancer, yeah? This pose. It's not just that the knee is bent and the foot is dangling down here. The foot is activated, strongly plantar flexed, and strong flicking of the toes. You are hugging and lifting. You are either holding on to your knee for added support or a free lift with your hands on your hips, yeah? So my Balinese dancer has still that forward-facing version, the externally rotated hip, the side version. It also has the revolved version and the last one, the fourth one, when the leg is being lifted up. Yeah, so release the pose first, and we'll do one on the left side. Let's choose the left side, at least for me. Again, mirror me or do your own rights and your own lefts, yeah? So, first pose, I'll do it side on. Curl up your left leg, plantar flex your ankle but flick the toes. Let's do the supported version. Left hand on top of your left shin, right hand, free hand on your hip, and hug and lift here. And this is a valid alternative to the one that's lifted. Yeah? Breathing here. Now let's do that abducted version, that open version. Externally rotate your hip and allow that leg to shift out. Once it's there, lengthen up, and squeeze the back line of the body. Breathing. Coming back to center, and let's do the revolved version. I'm going side on once again. Right hand now holds on to your shin. Left hand can remain on your hip, or you can also extend it out to the back and twist once again from the base of the spine going up. Yeah? So hip, navel, sternum, and nose. Release, and that last version. You can interlace your fingers or just hold on to your shin, hands on top of each other, lengthen up and squeeze that knee close to the body. And release the pose. March, yeah? March in place. That standing series, really strong for the hips, really strong for the side gluteal muscles, the gluteal medius and the minimus at the behind the medius. Yeah, you can look it up. So let's do a short vinyasa with our extended hand to foot pose. You are welcome to choose the version that you want. Oh, by the way, last alternative. So we have the stool, we have the strap, we have leaning on a support, we have the Balinese dancer, and we have the extended leg, but the hand is more in line with the knee and supporting that leg. Yeah? I'll do it sideways with my right. So this is our last version. Curl up your right leg, extend, and hold. Yeah? Just hold on to wherever your arms, your hands will reach. But try to keep your ankle activated. Dorsal flex first, and then plantar flex with strong flicking of the toes. If you want to bring this version out to the side, you can do that as well. You are holding on to, so from this version to this version. You will feel this low more in your quads. It's quite a strong quad workout. Not so much in the arms, but in the quad. Back to center. And for the revolved version, free hand hooks onto the outside of your leg. I'm a little wobbly with this. Free arm now to the back, and you're also coming into the revolved version. Yeah? And back to center. For the last version, the lifted leg, I would just bend the knee and come into this. Yeah? Same as our Balinese dancer sequence for that last pose. So let's come into a short flow with those 4 balancing poses. Yeah, the extended hand to foot pose. Now, let's do a short half flow to our downward facing dog. So come to the top of your mat, feet 1 hip width distance, roll the shoulders, deep full breath, backs of the hands in, wave your arms up, shallow back bend, squeeze the front line of your body, hands in, elbows in, all the way down. Deep full breath. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale down. Step or jump back. Plank. Knees bend and push back. Puppy pose. Spinal wave. And downward facing dog. And then 1 more spinal wave. And let's bring all of those together. You're welcome to choose the version that you want. Heels up, knees bend, and walk to the center of your mat. Push through your legs, Wave up. Roll your shoulders. Starting with the right leg lifting, left leg as our foundation. Right leg curls up, left hand, left hip, lengthening up the spine, hug and lift. Deep, full breath. Balinese dancer or extended. With or without your strap, seated or leaning, up to you. Lifted leg, out to the side. Breathing. Back to center. I will just shift myself so you can see me side on. Swap over your hands and come into your closed belly twist. Back to center. And I actually do prefer coming into the Balinese dancer version of this pose for the last one. You can swap over your versions. You can have some supported, some not. And release. Roll your shoulders. March in place. Relieve that strain in your standing hip. That's why we keep marching. Yeah? Relieve that strain. And we also don't want buildup of lactic acid there anyway, right? So, onto the other side. Right hand, right hip, left leg curls up. Choose your pose. I'm choosing my Balinese versions this time. So either extended or bent. But lengthen up. Don't allow yourself to sag. Never allow that standing hip to sway out. Yeah? Bring it in, lift up. Breathing. And out to the side. Opening up, externally rotating that hip, coming out to the side. Lengthen. Always soften during your transition and then strengthen up. Activate when coming back into the pose. Back to center. Swap over your hands. Right hand, left knee. Left hand, either on your hip or out to the side. And closed belly twist. Breathe. Lengthen. And back to center. Hold on to your knee and lengthen up. And release the pose and march in place. You can also cat claw. Pads of your fingers. I hope you know this by now. You've seen it in our other courses, classes, and the other workshops. Yeah? Cat claw your quads, your IT band, your hamstrings, especially the side gluteal muscles and your gluteal muscle as well. I hope you enjoyed that workshop. And this sequence of poses, whether it's in all four or just one or two of that sequence, they are present in a lot of our classes, in all of the series, from the Equinox series, the Dosha series, the mini flows, even I believe in the Verve series, and of course in the Constellation series. I believe it is there in the latest one, the Scorpio flow. Anyway, I will see you in the next workshop. Bye!